Hey guys, what's up? So today we're gonna install like a Pentium era Slackware Linux 4.0. So codename Walnut Creek. It's released in June 1999, and it's obviously during the Pentium free era. So if you want to say how Linux was like during the Pentium free era, or, late 90s, early 2000s, it was like this. This was one of the distributions you could have got, and we've got all the 4 CDs downloaded. So gonna try it out. And of course, we're recording this on Arch Linux, and a modern Arch Linux. I'm running this on my 2015 MacBook Air, works fine, it's all awesome. I installed it using Arch and stuff, be aware of that. Yeah, so let's begin. Just go save Slackware. Okay, so we are gonna just insert the first ISO file here. Downloads is disk 1. Obviously, doesn't know that. Okay, let's put Linux 2. I'll just put 2.6 to play it safe. But I just put 2.6 32-bit, and this is that. This is good enough. Slackware. So now we're gonna just boot it up, see if it posts. Everything works fine. Okay, see if you can read the CD-ROM. Okay, so syslinux version, yep, this is compatible with the VM regular version report in the VM. So parameters is from here, command like entering extra parameters. You don't need to enter any parameter. I'll just see how it goes. If everything goes wrong, we go to the tutorial here. And if it's just like, for example, booting off the live CD, I have no issue with that. But of course, in this video, we are gonna be installing it onto a hard drive. We're gonna be running a retro Slackware application in games. Of course, we'll see if Linux is back in. Yeah. Hopefully, we can have working drivers if the Sunblaster 16 works here. Here over this, so welcome to the Slackware Linux bootable installation CD. Let's just up this normal stuff. And obviously root, yeah, it's obviously always root for the logging. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Seems that I don't know if this disk was like left, like was formatted as DOS by the VirtualBox formatting was created. Format was all the commands. The device to open it. So if we just go to the main setup here, let's help. Go back here. See if setup can automatically take care of this for us, because we can't do it manually. It won't let us do it manually, it's kind of unfortunate. I know how to do it, but it won't let me do it in this distribution. Yeah, no, it's especially to make any small way to do that, to use it to work. To read setup. Yep. Top space, pretty typical for back there. Obviously, I proceed to put root and home together. Typical stuff I'm aware of this, but it won't let me use fdisk. I think this is not from a developer. I guess we see what I can do here. You won't let me do it. Oh, it's a default device. So error. Yeah. See what Gemini says about this device. It's already been used or is being mounted. So yeah, I know that, but like, Jesus. It's already mounted? Well, I'm running this off a CD for a lot of heaven. It's fine. Oh yes. Command doesn't exist. Actually, we're free to log out. I'm going to see if it doesn't go anywhere. No, it wants me to. Yeah, it's just a bit weird. It just wants me to log in here. I have to have no choice, so just do the root. Just check it. Okay, I'm going to simplify this over here. Sudo cfdisk /disk /stm. Bro, what kind of... This version is too old. Sudo existed back then, man. This was dumb. Well, Slackware. Okay, Slackware 4.8 1999. So we gotta get past this because if we want to go to the main installation, we have to set up the efforts, which I know how to do, but it literally will not let me. Look at this. Go over here, look. It literally will not let me format the modified hard drive. Yeah. Unable to. Because they won't even let me use this stuff. Unless we do it like this. Yeah, unable to open. God, I don't know if people will be watching the video. Okay, so what I can do is just unable to open the SDA. Something is wrong with this. So it wants me to take care of this outside of the installation. Zero professors. So I'll format this outside of this distribution. Kind of sucks. But I'm wondering what version of try this out. Let's look what this is here. Really good. If this no partitions obviously. Okay, so I gotta shut down. You're kidding. Alright, I am using an external keyboard because the number keys on my own laptop keyboard broken. I still put a 0, so I gotta use a stupid external keyboard. Oh, sorry for the language here. Whatever I say. Yeah. So what do we do here? Just F this work here. It's a normal one here. I think it seems to work. Just that, failed initialization. So this doesn't want me to use SCSI or I don't need to use ID. To open that, so we're gonna shut this down. We're going to go to storage. It says unable to open SCSI, so I think this version of Linux wants me to use SCSI. So IDs for this. Okay, this is the problem we have over here. Unless this is not SATA, this is really bad. This is a problem. But I don't think so. SATA wasn't even used back then. First of all, even if it was, it was like probably pre-development. Unless I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. Well, if I can, I do want to not do this at all. Closest we can get is SCSI. This HPC or this SCSI. And then okay, it should work. Audio Sound Blaster 6. You can see what works. I know Sound Blaster audio existed back then. Linux does have the drivers built in for almost everything, even if you're not want to use the internet. Actually back then would be more preferable. So what I do want to do is I do want to add an extra hard drive here and see how that works. 8 gigabytes is okay. I don't think if we utilize both of this, if we use this for both, we might have an error, so we're going to create one. 8 gigabytes is fine. VDI is fine, but it's VirtualBox. Choose. Now we're going to give it a shot. Primary device. Yep. Primary device, secondary device. Obviously will be primary. See if here works. It's all good. Mashallah, it's working. Installation, we don't need to worry about this. We'll do this after we install it. Honestly, I don't want to mess you on. Here, 16 megabytes of VRAM is perfectly fine for this. looking to say that's just the name. Just to okay. Now let's see how this works. It should be able to detect either one of the two or both, possibly. But we just want to mitigate the risks here. We want to make it work. Yes, it has detected it. Detected one or two hard drives. I can see it was too good. It's loading a bit fast. Yeah. See F disk. Okay. F disk is fine, but I don't know, either one, it doesn't really matter. So new primary. Sure. Bootable. Can take the boot flag out, obviously need that. Next print. Can't even let me do that. Okay, type DOS FAT12 now. We need to find the earliest version of the XT here. This is Windows 95, no. Yeah, this is probably what we have here. Linux extended, so it's Linux 84.5 speed. Yeah, so Linux extended. Linux 82 Linux swap. Honestly, it's still Linux. What does Linux extended mean? Linux extended mean. Some plans to allow you to overcome limitation having other. Oh. I do not need this at all. This is like Windows 95 has their own version of this for DOS, but I don't need this. So, now honestly, I don't need swap either because I'll just put the RAM on maximum. So it's still already free. Actually, no, swap is. Can Linux swap act as its own file system? I was curious. Actually, my enter key is somewhere. Why is it swapping the file system? Okay, I'm a bit confused with this. I'm gonna do A3. What? Wait, everything here seems fine. I was gonna do type. Linux. So now we're gonna. How do you save this? Bootable with delete help. Okay, right. So gonna. This is units. Edition size this way. We don't need this. Yes. Okay. And now we're gonna program. This has been changed. Program without running partition. Now LSP okay. Doesn't exist in this setup. Okay. This is the Linux. Okay. So now we're gonna do setup. Read, remap, setup is not position. We don't need this. Okay, I think it's like the full thing here. Help drive, remap the keyboard. I'm using US. Setup the target position. Format. Okay. EXT2 is probably the version they used back then. Of course, now we have the EXT4. That's what I use in this modern OS that I'm running this on. Using the commission for. This is taking a while, so I'll just drink this Coke. Yeah, so press enter now. Nope, it's actually still formatting. I thought I had this percent. It's formatting dev HDA1 size 1K blocks. Yeah. Yep, default stuff. It's formatting it, but it is taking unusually long, which is like usually just happen like. Yeah, it actually is taking a bit long. The VirtualBox and VMware formatting is pretty quick. The OS one's pretty quick compared to PCEM, so it is very concerning. That's what I'm saying. It is taking a long time. Oh my god, what is wrong with this stuff? What is wrong with this? Well, I guess I could research if wine existed back then. Did wine exist in Slackware? Wow, wine existed back then. Emulators. Was wine back in 1993 used for DOS for the Windows? Because Windows existed back then, but it's like Windows 3.1. So, focus on basic Windows compatibility. So they had direct support. So we can actually technically play your classic DOS or Windows 95 games on this. I don't know about DOS, we can play Windows 95 games on this, which is what we're going to do today alongside your native Linux services there. So, yeah. Effectively try to do that if we can. Packages for one were red. So back in the area with source code. We can do that. I know how to compile it. If it's C code, I can see your source code, I can compile it, yes. Always see this finished formatting. No more Slackware, no more installation to hard drive performance. So work with all the efficient if you have fun while we're doing this. You use that. What? What? Keyboards, source media. Where do you plan to install Slack Linux? Just forgot to say IDE, bro. It says no CD-ROM has been found. This is from... So exit this. So we are gonna fix this up. So I think this is detecting this. So what I do want to do is I want to move this. Edit here. I want to see if this works. Maybe live CD DVD. Let's say live on it and see. Not here, so application to Slackware Slackware. You have to do that again here. Can you just reboot it? We just formatted this, but unless we did have a corruption, now let's do it again. I didn't have to do this, honestly. I just do it from the beginning. That's really bad actually. But we can also see from this is the... Yeah, it's already been formatted. This, we will find it here. If it doesn't find it here, I have to change the CD now. Okay, I want for everything, of course. I don't need this anymore. Where is this free? This is really concerning. Let me try this out. You know what? We're gonna use them floppy. This isn't fucking work. So we'll get this if we can right now. We all have that. Floppy, the floppy. Yeah. This is literally binary file. Just funny. You want me to literally just like compile these on my own? Oh, the floppy. There we go, page 22. Let's type this page in. This page, set up electricity CD-ROM, page 22. Jesus. Let me weather page 22. Wasn't there. We'll check it's probably there. Oh, okay, so what we're gonna do is wonder which one is actually formatted here. Presume it's this one. No. My slow computer, bro. I found what? Oh, I can still read it. Where do I see that? List the drives, what can we do it for? Can't find the drive. Okay. Usually see if this could tell me if it is a disk in there. Actually 2 megabytes and this is 1 gig. This is the actual drive here. So that means we have to move the disk drive. Maybe it's as easy enough to get that. We're gonna add the disk drive over here. Slackware. See this one. We're gonna do this too if that can be detected. So that's one. Here's our slave over here. So we need secondary device 0. And that should really do something right now. That doesn't work, we're gonna go and use a second disk. This should be you notice the drive here very well. Let's just see. Partitions. Should I put ID in HTTPI and turn it on? There we go! This is link user, CD-ROM. No. Directory now. Okay, so now we're gonna... Yeah, so now we're just gonna... Yeah, I'll do it now. I'm gonna do this. I'm playing for now, I'm gonna do this. It's good. X, so I don't need server. 15. Okay, now we are installing it. Slackware. This is basically how you used to install Linux back in the day. It's pretty simple back then as well. People used to think, oh, you're doing Ubuntu or Debian, it's going to be terminal, and it is, but you can literally in the terminal, you're going from back then to now modern Arch Linux. You could type in setup, Arch install, and you just install the OS from there. And back then it used to be like, when you first set up, you go to the graphical interface, just the keyboard, that's really it. No difference. Very easy to install it, like anyone can do it, and like, but back then it was like, no, you would format it. Only thing you would do outside of this application was you would basically just format it outside of it. It's pretty simple, anyone can do that. And even now that's not the case anymore. There's a formatting and everything in the full setup. I'll just install those up. Back then the this was outside of it, so you could do that solely out of it. Now that's not the case. It's pretty easy. Yeah, it just installs. So of course, as we said earlier, we're gonna try out the built-in Linux applications, the games we can built into this as well. We're gonna install some other games if necessary. You can try some Windows applications, Wine. Are we good? We're gonna check out the sound as well. For floppy disk. I'll just try this. I'll just do this. Master boot record. Master boot record. Do this. It's gonna get. Let's just call it Kine. Computer slow. Question mark. Get in the old Slackware install. Enable computer virtual network interface. Also the same machine. 11 databases. Okay. This is only. Oh fuck, whatever. The USB. USB sit back there now. This machine is already configured by default type PS2, so that's fine. We're going to find Australia here. So one of the cities in the continent of America. Santiago, that's in Chile. All the Asian cities. Australia. Those are perfect. Sure. I'll literally just give it no. So not a real system, so I don't want to have an actual one. If I really want to change it, doesn't matter. Okay, read Slackware. Okay, you can now reboot. I don't remember that thing. Welcome to the there we go. This is how you boot into Slackware Linux, or first boot Slackware. And obviously we will have to install the desktop environment on this, which we will do. Oh no. But yeah, this is our first boot into Slackware. Let's get this out of the way. Okay. Hallelujah. This is going to take a while. Okay. Well, we're gonna wait for this. Don't do that. Not clearly mounted checklist. So we spend time just checking on this. There we go. There are more dependencies and everything. Yeah, it's really seen a normal boot up. Even for back then as well. Oh, mouse activated. So now we are on the working with Linux 2.2.6. It was initialized. There's login. Obviously, this is a terminal. As you can install this. I think no. In the setup in the CD-ROM, I did say that we have that already selected as the window environment. The environment has already been selected. So I think we're going to boot in with load to that unless we have to manually configure it. So let's just go and do it here. You're logged in. You have mail. I don't have any mail. Oh, but I am connected to the internet here, so it would interface with the modern internet and find some mail from me. You have mail. SAG-D calling the US to make a reciprocal gesture. What the fuck? Your recent speech. What the hell is this? Where did this come from? This is from my head. Solid space which is the fuck, I read about that. What the fuck is this from like 1999 where, for former Soviet institutions, Universal Federation trying to sort itself out. Kids trying to find what you use it for. It's kinda cool. Alright. Are you kidding me? We only have like 2 files. Bro, this is just insane. I don't even have my axe. Unless I... Like, does IP linking suspected? Okay, it exists. Well... Okay, we'll take care of that. So first of all, we are gonna find boot into a graphical environment. Six config. Alright, so no keyboard for the numbers here. Six config. I legit selected everything to be installed. What is wrong with this? Oh, XF86 config. Okay, number 4. Yeah, we fine. Keyboard function information keyboard. Oh, actually, why? Microsoft Natural. The first one is fine. It's breeze today as well. This uses Super VGA as I checked on the settings of the virtual machine. Man, I don't know, but obviously minimum is... Yeah, 40 to 150 is the best one. VirtualBox. VirtualBox. I should have put SVGA here, I just didn't really pay attention to this. So, we got the exact same thing. VirtualBox. SVGA. SVGA. Number 3 is the one I'm using. Probably whatever. So I don't know what the motherboard is. Motherboard for that is. Oh, you maybe you know about that. I don't know. Let's do the first one. Hopefully that isn't bad. I think one of those DOS compatible is gonna be easy to use. I'll just go with the first one. Let's do this. X 256 colors. Where's the what? What do you want me to put here? Let's go here. This is the most colors. I won't kill the virtual machine, right? Okay, we'll try number 5 to see how big it goes. Oh, okay. Sure, we'll do this. We'll finish these colors would work. And we'll do number 5. Just for the best compatibility. Just look at this. Too big if it gets too small. Try it anyway. Slot X. Okay, we are now in a graphical environment. Inshallah, it is. this? Jesus Christ! Slap the graphical environment. Root desktop. Wait a sec! No way! This is KDE Plasma. This is the exact same thing I have over here. See? See over here? Because I'm actually using Plasma. Look, guys, I'm using Plasma on this modern Arch Linux computer I have running for the virtual machine. Right? This is KDE Plasma. And this is like the latest version. Look, this is the oldest version of KDE Plasma. This is actually fucking cool. Still, I couldn't even access more than 2 files in the terminal, probably because I couldn't find it properly. No, maybe just like I couldn't even. It wouldn't like when I put in directory. I couldn't even find more than 2 files or folders, right? Like everything that I installed is showing over here. This is cool. There's obviously some non-KDE apps. So there's X11. This is the KDE. So this is probably the earliest version of the KDE desktop manager REST environment. Using it here. But first of all, I do wanna close this. Family settings. Friends. I need to fix this. Oh my god, this is small. Guys, I want to fix this. This is just. Oh. No, I can't even go anywhere over here. I'm literally just trying to do this shit. Oh my god. This doesn't fix anything, man. Let's get control. I don't know what the fuck is out here. Okay, so we're going to reconfigure this and we're going to begin running some application. Oops, made a mistake there. I mean, I forgot to log in. This is telling me some weird stuff over here. Just put it down. Try. Try A. Nah. Unless I already need audio. storage. And what if the resolution is so high that like this is like this part can't be changed over here, so to make it 600. I'll do that. I don't think we can use guest editions of this. I couldn't believe it really like that. Oh, that's my phone. So